Hi Billy, this is Tony looking at your white balance and ISO assignment here. Let's go back here to, let's go through your pictures here real quick. Okay, looking at a lot of them, most of them are captured at a very small file size. So it seems that you're capturing a lot of them at 640 by 480, which unless you've run out of room on your card, which is, if that's the case, you definitely need to get a different card. But always submit these at a file size that's a little bit more substantial. So you definitely don't want to be, you want to have something that you can use, in terms of if you're going to use Photoshop or anything like that. In terms of your ISO for this picture, ISO 800 is perfect for shooting indoor shots like this. Very good. I'm assuming you used the fluorescent light white balance. That looks really good over there in the ceramic studio. The shot of Jim here looks good, but I'm amazed that it says it's ISO 100 because and a 30th of a second, because I mean I know what the lighting looks like over there, but okay. But in terms of white balance, that looks fine. I would normally shoot in something like that over there, ISO 800, even maybe 1600, to be able to get a nice shot where I'm shooting at least at like a 50th or 60th of a second. Here's a shot outside. Okay, so hopefully you use the daylight white balance on this one. ISO 100, that's perfect for that. And you've got a 200th of a second exposure here, that's good. Okay, this shot right here, captured at such a small file size, almost unusable. Don't be turning in anything where it's a 149 by 201 pixels. I mean, that's just teeny tiny, unless you've cropped this or something. But, let me see something bigger. ISO 100 is fine, and I'm assuming maybe you used daylight balance for white balance. Something like this, where you're shooting ISO 400, you're trying to stop some action. You can see your exposure here is at a 20th of a second. Tough to be able to stop action here. Hopefully, this looks like it was in full shade. Hopefully, you set your white balance to shade for, in the camera. Definitely could bump that ISO up to 1600 to stop this. Now, this one right here, ISO 320 and an eighth of a second. The camera probably has some stabilization built into it, but by all means, you don't want to always rely on that. So what I would highly recommend, bump that ISO up, 1600 or something like that, in a situation like this when you're in woods and maybe it was a cloudy day. Maybe you use the shade or the cloudy day white balancing on your on the camera. This shot works out really well. This you got your ISO up at 800. That works out just fine. And a 30th of a second for something like this, that'll do just fine. But get those captures up higher than 640 by 480. This one right here says ISO is 200. I would at least indoors have my ISO set at 400. Okay. But white balance looks good. Okay, something like this. ISO, now your ISO is up a little higher, 500 now, and it lets you shoot at a 250th of a second. So that's going to be able to definitely stop some action much better. And your capture size here is much larger than that 640 by 480. So, but still, bump that up. I know you can. You should be able to have something like a bigger file capture size than these smaller sizes. And finally, this one looks really good. You've got your ISO up at 1600. So that works out just fine. Looks like your camera is able to shoot with an ISO of 1600 and not have really any kind of noise that's really objectionable. So that's great. That's fantastic. White balance looks great here too. So all in all, everything looks good. But capture, do a capture of whatever the maximum capture that your camera normally can capture. If it's like an 8 megapixel camera, make sure you're getting all 8 megapixels. Um, but otherwise, ISO and white balance looks good. Thanks. Good job.